Hey guys, happy Friday. I know I said that this previous video was probably going to be my last video, but I thought I'd get this story out while I can remember it. Um, so, first things first, you guys may have noticed I'd uploaded a video about, give or take, maybe 30 minutes ago, depending on when this video comes out, but I am in the middle of uploading the my latest guitar cover um, from a band that more or less introduced me into metal. Now, Creed isn't a metal band in any shape or form. It's not even classified as hard rock. If anything, Creed is more, what's the word? I wouldn't say Christian rock, because that's technically not what it is. Let's just classify Creed as modern 2000s rock and roll. Modern 2000s, 1999, just good old rock and roll. That's what Creed was. It was just plain rock music that didn't really have any, wasn't too heavy, wasn't too soft. It had a lot of the mix, but Creed was really the one band that more or less introduced me into metal. Creed, AC/DC led me down the path towards Metallica, which really just took off from there. So, you guys may be wondering, well, who the hell is Creed? And it's not a boy band, because if anything, Creed is more not mainstream. It's not a mainstream band because it's not something that everybody would listen to. Creed is something that me personally I would recommend to somebody starting out in the rock and roll genre. Like, what would be a good band to get into? Creed, because it's not too hard, it's not too soft. It has some really good songs that I really like, such as Bullets, the song I just covered, Who's Got My Back, Sacrifice, all of them from their Weathered album, Weathered especially. Fucking love that song. And then, of course, their older songs like What If is one of my all-time personal favorite songs from Creed. It's actually one of their heavier songs next to Bullets. So besides What If and Bullets being, one of their most heavier songs, makes you wonder how did songs like What If and Bullets, which have no heavy metal influence, turn you to metal? Well, if you kind of listen to the song, I'm not saying that Bullets is heavily influenced by heavy metal, but it's the beginning riff to Bullets that actually plays right before the first verse has a metal tune to it. I don't know if that was just them just messing around to see what they like, but it really put a freaking light bulb inside of me and activated something that was basically no turning back. So I basically turned down the path towards the darker side of the music: metal, heavy metal, black metal, so on and so forth. So I first started my whole metal journey with Metallica. It was the first band that I actually like really got into, and I didn't really get into a lot of their songs. It was mostly their bigger songs. I listened to, or I guess I should say, I downloaded from YouTube and converted to MP3 a few of their concerts, uh, just so I can have something to listen to on the bus while I'm moseying my way over to school, and have something to listen to in between classes while I was in high school. So, my jam throughout my entire high school career wasn't entirely Creed or AC/DC. It was more or less the beginnings of me listening to metal and heavy metal. In fact, I first found Creed when I was in elementary school. So that's actually how early I began taking interest to metalish tunes. So I started to become a little obsessed with that particular song in general, Bullets, and I started trying to find something more like that. Unfortunately, I didn't really find anything that was like the song Bullets from Creed. I found something better than that. But at the time, I didn't really take it as better. I took it as an exception. Um, During the whole PlayStation 2, PlayStation 3 era, I got into a game called Guitar Hero. Guitar Hero 2, it was either 2 or 3. No, it was 3. 3 for sure. That really got me into one particular song in mind. This song was called Before I Forget by Slipknot. This was my first taste of my now most favorite band of all time, next to Gojira. So, this was just a taste of what I was getting into. Of course, Guitar Hero 2 had a few other metal songs in its list, but Guitar Hero 3 had a fantastic list. You can't get any better with Welcome to the Jungle, Laid the Rest, uh, Laid Down by Priestess, Before I Forget by Slipknot, Stop by, whatever that fucking band is, Killing in the Name of, for God's sakes, all in that particular game. That game, Guitar Hero 3 in general, introduced me to more metal than any other YouTube channel, YouTube, or Google, or any other video game in existence, any other CD would bring to me. That game introduced me. That Guitar Hero is the reason why I listen to metal today. So thank you, Activision, for creating a great game such as Guitar Heroes 2, 3, and pretty much on forward, except for Guitar Hero Live. We don't talk about that game. So, from there, I started to really move forward from being the kid that only listened to a few select songs from Creed to listening to AC/DC, listening to Metallica, listening to selected songs from Slipknot. It just went all over the place, really. But my journey wasn't complete. I eventually found a black metal band that I still listen to today called Dimmu Borgir. And I stumbled upon this song called The Progenies of the Great Apocalypse, which features one of the best vocal lines ever performed live and on record, just period. Listening to the Progenies of the Great Apocalypse for the first time made me want to listen to it again and again and again. I was obsessed with this song. I was obsessed with listening to it live. I was obsessed with just listening to it day in and out, just for that vocal part. I pretty much had that part down pretty much like that. I fell in love with this band purely because of this song. I didn't really explore more into the band until I don't want to say recently, but they recently, and when I mean recently, I mean more like a few, maybe longer years ago, they released a live album off of doing a concert with a symphony. Now, the last album I listened that had a symphony in it was Metallica's S&M concert, and that was my all time favorite album. And I can't off the back of my head remember what album that is, but I think I have it right. Here it is. Yes, Forces of the Northern Light. This album right here I got into, and it became one of my most favorite live albums ever. Featured songs like Gateways, one of my favorite songs from the band right now. Dimmu Borgir, which is a song that is about the band, I want to say. And, songs in which I like. Progenies of the Great Apocalypse, this Serpentine Offering, Kings of the Carnal Creation, or Carnival Creation. Songs that I never really knew about until this album, and then that's really when I started to explore the band. It was much later that I started listening to more metal. It was then I found out that Sirius XM was a thing, because my mom, when my parents got their Dodge Ram, it came with a free 1-year subscription of Sirius XM. So, of course, me being wanting to find out what was actually on Sirius XM, since I was a truck driver and I was figuring out if I should get this or not, I eventually found my channel. And how I found it was very, very, I don't know if it was perfect timing or not, but as soon as I found it, they literally played a Slipknot song. I can't remember what song. It might have been Before I Forget, or just might have been just a random Slipknot song. But I can't remember. That's pretty much how I found Sirius XM's Liquid Metal Channel 40. That's what my car is stuck on when I start my car. If you ever get into my car and you're wondering what station I listen to Channel 40 on Sirius XM. All day, every day. Well, I won't say all day, but pretty much every single time I start that car, that radio blares up. And 9 times out of 10, whenever I've started up within the past couple of months, a song that I genuinely like, whether it be from Slipknot, from Gojira, or from any other fucking song that I really, really like as of late, just starts playing, and I'm sitting there like, damn, it's like Sirius XM has rewarded me for starting my car and listening to their channel. It's insane. And I've listened to pretty much non-stop metal ever since I found Sirius XM Liquid Metal. That's pretty much how the journey has just been so far. So if I were to give anybody some advice as to how to really get started with some liquid metal, or I wouldn't say just liquid metal, but just metal, heavy metal in general, don't start off with the heaviest fucking thing you can find. Because guess what? The heaviest thing that you could possibly find might not be something you like. For example, I don't like that death metal growling freaking crap that Cannibal Corpse does. But you know what? I'll still listen to it if it's a good song. Like, what's that one song? Hammer Fist Punch or whatever fuck that song is. Whenever that song comes on, I happen to listen to it. Why? Because it's the one song I decently enjoy from time to time. I just don't enjoy the entire band, mostly because of I just don't like it. There's still some things from the heavy metal scene that I really, really don't like, but there's a lot of things that I do like. And there's some bands that will surprise me. And, you know, new music does go to the channel every now and then, like every couple of months. The station does change. And I don't mind it. I don't mind it because it's so exciting to hear new music every other month or even every month whenever new music is available. Plus, they have a freaking call-in call-in game show every Wednesday called Into the Trivia Pit. That I enjoy that game show from the bottom of my heart, and it pretty much begins by the time I leave my house, or I would say my apartment. But I pretty much listen to it until it's time for me to go work, and then I go work, and then whatever. It's all good. So it feels like that maybe I don't have time to listen to Sirius XM all the time, but I literally listen to it. It doesn't seem that like I listen to it every day, but I do. Every time I turn on my car, Sirius XM is always playing. Doesn't matter if doesn't matter if I want my radio on or off. It's always going to play something from Sirius XM. It's either going to make me happy or it's going to make me, just turn this shit off. I don't want to listen to anything right now. So, that's really my journey as of now with heavy metal. And my journey will most likely never end. I'm probably going to find a band that is just as good as Slipknot and Gojira. And I want to try to go to Slipknot and Gojira. Well, yeah, to the Slipknot's Knotfest Roadshow, whatever the heck it is, the North American tour with Slipknot, Gojira, and I can't remember what other fucking band. It might be Volbeat, but it doesn't fucking matter. I'm going to that fucking. I want to try to go to that fucking show because, number one, I'm not going to get a better chance to see my two all-time favorite bands, Slipknot and Gojira, on one fucking stage. So that's something I definitely do not want to miss. Even if I have to take a week or two off. So, you know, or not a week or two off, a couple of days off just to get to that concert. So, it's something I'm going to do. So, you know, just really going to look forward for that. Anywho, that's pretty much all that I have to say for now. If you enjoy my my cover, let me know in the description below of that video, or even in this video if you don't want to go back to that video, or if you haven't seen the video, go check it out. It's a pretty decent cover. I make mistakes, but you know what? It's the best cover that I can personally do from a song that I genuinely still like today. Anyways, that's pretty much it. So thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you guys for all the support. Again, if you want more content, feel free to subscribe. If you like this video, if you like any of my videos, feel free to hit the like button and hit the notification bell so you get notified whenever I make a video. And head over to my Twitch, that's down below in the description. Hit the follow button, hit the notification bell so you get notified whenever I go live. Also, support me on Patreon. Like I've kept saying, I'll call out whoever decides to does support me on Patreon. You'll be featured in my next video, and so on and so forth. Anyways, thank you guys again for all the support. And as always, I will see you guys next time. Have a good day, have a good Friday, and have a good weekend. See you guys later. Bye-bye.